marker of Snapchat being person-to-person communication, that kind of closed loop. But I will say it's really interesting. In the last few weeks here, Snap has announced that more people can now post content publicly. So you're seeing some kind of changes, and I think there's this really interesting tension right now between folks wanting to stay connected with friends and family, and a lot of the platforms starting to move away from that in favor of showing you things that are maybe more entertaining, maybe more in the taking screen time from the Netflixes and Hulus of the world, but it's less about, you know, your aunt in Texas or your friend who's living in New York City.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
I've been spending a little bit, like, for the first time, I'm finally, like, checking out TikTok. I know I'm a little bit slow to the game, but kind of playing around with that more than, like, sitting down for hours, you know, binging on a series.
Yeah, no, I do it sometimes when I don't have the energy to pick a show. Alex, I want to end on your story about big tech being obsessed with cost cutting, except for when it comes to AI. Tell me what's going on there.
Yeah, I kind of made the argument in our newsletter today that AI is coming for your jobs, just not the way you thought. Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft, they've all come out kind of promising these big cost cuts while also kind of emphatically reminding investors that they're spending tons of money on AI. So where is that money coming from? You can look back to the 40,000 positions that they've eliminated over the past few months to kind of keep those savings and reinvest those funds into artificial intelligence. So in this kind of big AI arms race that we're in right now, a lot of that's being interestingly funded by big tech from the dollars that are not going to headcount, that are not going to offices, that are only going to kind of the products that are getting folks really excited and leaving a lot of former employees kind of out to dry.
Good to be a programmer right now, really, you know. Hey, really quickly, 15 seconds, what would you ask Snap on the earnings call?
I want to know at what point revenue turns around, the changes that they're making, when do those kick in, and when do they start luring advertisers to keep that top line from continuing to slip.
All right, great stuff as always. Our Alex Barenka, Bloomberg News technology reporter there in LA, and check out her newsletter. You can find it, Bloomberg Tech Daily Newsletter. Just sign up at bloomberg.com/technology. All right, let's get back to world and national news. Nancy Lyons in D.C. Hey, Nan.
Thanks, Carol. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol is hailing his country's partnership with the U.S. He spoke today to a joint session of Congress.
Our alliance is stronger than ever, more prosperous together, and more connected like no other. Indeed, it has been the linchpin safeguarding our freedom, peace, and prosperity.
Yoon says South Korea will stand together with the U.S. to serve as a compass for freedom to protect and broaden liberty. Yoon's speech comes a day after he held a summit with President Biden where they pledged to further strengthen their military alliance. The Biden administration will be expanding legal pathways for immigrants to the U.S. and will stiffen border enforcement and open regional processing centers in Latin America. That's to try to dissuade U.S.-Mexico border crossings. Senior administration officials outlined the approach today, 2 weeks ahead of the planned expiration of the pandemic-era border restriction known as Title 42. Well, during cross-examination today in a New York courtroom, a lawyer for Donald Trump pressed the former president's rape accuser, raising questions about what he called her odd claim and suggesting she made up the attack to sell a book.
Jean Carroll acknowledged certain parts of her story are, quote, difficult to conceive of, but added, those are the facts. Attorney Joe Tacopina asked Carroll why she didn't go public or report the alleged assault to police before Trump was elected in 2016. Suggesting she timed her allegation with the publication of her 2019 book. Carroll denies that, saying she didn't want to distress her mother, and also kept silent out of fear Trump would destroy her reputation. Carroll has accused Trump of raping her in a dressing room of the Bergdorf Goodman department store in the 1990s. Trump has denied her story and says she was not his type. Jill Schneider, Bloomberg Radio.
Global news 24 hours a day, powered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in over 120 countries.
Breaking business news from Sydney to Tokyo to Hong Kong. Bloomberg Daybreak Asia.
I'm Brian Curtis. And I'm Doug Prisner. We break down big tech earnings after the bell from Intel, Amazon, and Snap. And we'll preview the first BOJ policy meeting for Governor Ueda.
Bloomberg Daybreak Asia. Tonight at 6 on Bloomberg 1130, the Bloomberg Business app, BloombergRadio.com, or listen on demand wherever you get your podcasts.
Christina Townsend, Managing Director at BNY Mellon's Pershing, talks about their upcoming Insight Conference.
Picture 2,000 forward-thinking attendees who represent every aspect of the financial advice community and 3 days of an unmatched experience. If you are ready to take your business to the next level, we hope to see you at this year's Insight Conference, June 6th through 8th in Orlando, Florida. Insight provides an incredible opportunity to network and hear from world-class speakers. Plus, we have over 80 dynamic sessions where you can customize your agenda, from showcase stages and breakouts to intimate masterclasses and learning labs. All of us at BNY Mellon Pershing can't wait to celebrate Insight's 25th anniversary with you. You'll leave the conference with fresh intel on industry trends and the motivation to go beyond within your business and your career.
Visit insight.bnymellon.com to learn more or register. Pershing LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Bridge Bank helps breakthrough ideas actually break through and remains dedicated to providing financial solutions to the risk takers, the game changers, and the disruptors, those committed to making the world a better place. Bridge Bank has been providing financial solutions to technology and innovation companies from inception to IPO and beyond for over 2 decades through its national network of banking teams and offices. Bridge Bank, a division of Western Alliance Bank, member FDIC. Bridge Bank, be bold, venture wisely.
Interactive Brokers clients earn up to 4.33% on their uninvested, instantly available cash balances. That's just one of the many reasons clients use Interactive Brokers to trade stocks, options, futures, currencies, bonds, funds, and more. Rates subject to change. Visit ibkr.com/interest rates to learn more. That's ibkr.com/interest rates.
The New Deal created American infrastructure that unleashed new opportunity. Today, we're doing it again with massive investment in modernizing our infrastructure to build for tomorrow.